My new series. We're actually at episode, this is 4 already, and I'm so excited. Hey, what's going on? I'm so excited because it's something that I set out to do for 2026 is I wanted to share wisdom, more wisdom. I feel like that's what society is like lacking these days, right? We have a ton of information. We're inundated with information. You can ask AI just about anything, right? But I want to hear from humans, amazing humans who have lived experience. And so that's what this series is about, where I get to invite women who are in my circle, in my network, who are just doing amazing things in the world and sharing their wisdom. And I really hope you benefit from it. So it's just a quick, short little segment that's here live every Wednesday. And you can catch the replays on my YouTube channel. So there's already been 3 episodes. We had some really stellar ladies on sharing their wisdom. And today is no different. Today we have another one that's really amazing. And I'm going to bring her on in just a moment. But I also want to let you know that during this segment, if you have questions for either me or my guest, you can drop them in the chat. And we will be looking at the chat as we dive in to our conversation. So hi, I hope everybody's staying warm too, by the way. And let's bring my guest on since she's on early, which I love people that are punctual. That's the type A in me. So let's bring her on. Did I just lose her? Oh, there she is. Okay. Hey, Dr. Melinda, I was just complimenting your timely skills.
Well, we're both former school people, so
Yes.
15 minutes early is late.
Oh my God, that is such a great thing to say because it's a school thing. It's a school thing for sure. And so, well, let me give the formal introduction first, but we'll dive right in. So we are blessed today to have Dr. Melinda McCarty on. She's become a really close friend of mine over the past few months. I've got to know her intimately, but she has been doing amazing things in the world for a very long time. So leadership strategist, educator, over 30 years of experience in education, innovation, organizational transformation. She's also the creator of Savor Season and Vital Stillness, which I love this because this is a framework that helps high achieving women regulate their nervous system, right? Reclaim their voice, all stuff we talk about here. Live with grounded clarity, which I love the combination of those 2 words, and vitality. So many good things. I know my audience is just going to love everything that you're going to share. And it's so in alignment with the things that I believe to be true and the messaging that I want to exude as well. So welcome to Women of Wisdom.
Thank you. I'm
This
so
is
honored to be here.
yeah, super excited to highlight the things that you're doing. It's a very informal kind of conversation, but I asked 2 major questions. Like, what are you really excited about right now? That's where I want to kind of just lead off with, like, what's exciting you right now and what you're doing professionally or personally or however you want to take it.
Well, what's exciting me right now is, of course, a new year. Not that I'm a resolution setter, but that it's that reframe. And for all of us, I look outside and there's snow and ice on the ground, and it's a season. And I'm just grateful to have been on this earth to see many, many seasons and get used to not bored by or complacent by, but get used to and expect that things are going to change and then they're going to change again. And so I'm excited to be doing this work, Lydia, with you, with a lot of younger women and women my age. I think we've reached a place where we're ready to be in community. When I was a younger woman, I was a lone wolf. I was the youngest woman in the office. I was sometimes the only executive in the office. And I wore the power suit and the blazer with the shoulder pads and the high-waisted pants and sometimes even a tie. And it was a mask. I mean, I'm just grateful right now and excited about women, not even men, who are saying, I want to be part of a community. COVID, I think, did that for us. That was the gift that it gave us,
Mhm.
was that we saw that we needed each other.
Yeah. I love that. Oh my God. I have chills as you're talking because that's exactly why I started this. I feel like as women, there's this whole idea of like competition versus collaboration and all of that. But like I want to get back to, the time where women sat around in circles and like shared, like the elders shared their wisdom. Like I want that. I'm craving that. And I want to be that for the younger generation as well. And so like I feel like, especially, I can't speak for the whole world. It's not a global thing, but I know in the US that we've gotten so far from that. And like youth is celebrated to the point where it's like we've lost like the reverence and respect for people that have walked the path and have been on this earth longer. They have experience, right? And so as I move on in my age, like I'm 46, I want to surround myself with women who have been down the road, and I want to extract their wisdom. Like that's what I'm about. And I feel like we miss out on that when we just focus on, oh, we want to feel younger, we want to look younger, we want to, we're just so like laser focused on that. We miss the bigger picture. And sharing with other women is how we all grow and we all feel, alive. So, and inspired. So
Mm.
I'm so happy you're here. Tell us a little bit about the programs that you're doing. So Sovereign Season and Vital Stillness, are they
Yeah.
very different or?
So, no, they're not very different. In fact, vital stillness lives within sovereign season. So, what happened was I designed this curriculum. I'm an educator. I designed this curriculum for, okay, how would I have been better in a work environment? And I was still thinking in that sort of corporate or an educational setting, because I know that as a leader, sometimes I was hard. I was sometimes, most of the time, I was hard. I was very project driven, very process driven, and not so much people. And oddly, for a school leader. Um, and I thought, because of a personal crisis that I had in my life, okay, what would make this different? I got to get still. I've got to do the things that I did in my for fun life. And I created Vital Stillness, which is very much that you've got to get still before you move forward. Otherwise, it's just busy chaos,
Hmm,
right? It's
love that.
running from something rather than being pulled towards something
Yes.
for me personally, and I think that's kind of a universal thing. So, vital stillness was really that I'm not going to pull the covers over my head, but I'm going to get very, very still and breathe, feel
Mm,
my body, listen to my mind, not my thoughts, but
mm,
my feelings and the words that come that are part of the feeling state. And I'm going to be very still. I'm vitally still, like a candle flame. There's power in the flame.
yes.
And if you look at it, you say, "Oh, a little candle is over there burning." Well, that could burn down your house, right?
Right. Right.
So for me, that's vital stillness.
I love
And
that.
I created this whole framework, and oh, it's fabulous, and it is fabulous, I believe, for a work environment because it takes leaders and staff on a track of ways to work together.
Hmm.
And I came home from some marketing for that, and I thought, you're lying to yourself. You're afraid to have these one on one conversations with the very women who need this the most. Not that men don't need it, but looking at myself a few years prior, I thought what was missing was that I didn't share the truth of what I was feeling in that
Mm,
moment, which was I'm running a company or the number two at a company, and then I'm coming home and I'm a caregiver. I've got family members with health issues. I've got some emotional issues with some family members. The stuff, the silent carrying that we do, and the caregiver load. And no one knew that at work until it
mm,
bled over. And then I would come home from work and those people didn't understand the pressures of work. And so I
yeah.
started to think about seasons and I thought, I'm in charge of this season. Whether it's winter, spring, summer, or fall outside, I choose my weather by my behaviors and my attitude and my choices. And I I don't like to disappoint others, but the word disappoint says that if I'm more willing to disappoint myself than my mother, then I'm appointing her and disappointing myself and
Mm.
taking myself out of that decision making role. And
Yep.
that's where sovereign season came from. Sovereign is not like I'm a queen with a crown on my head, although, um, uh, but it means y- sovereign in the choices that you make. You, I, we, nobody's coming to save us. We need to be sovereign and make those choices. And I'm very much a person of faith. And so, through my creator, through God Almighty, for me, He is the CEO, but I, and not but, and I am the living, breathing, practical COO on this earth that says,
Mhm.
this is how this operation is running.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I love that.
they're together.
Yeah, and you're a channel. You're a
Mm.
channel for the good, And I love the analogy they use with the candle, with the light, because that's like so powerful. But there's power in stillness. And the fact that, like, you said so many good things, like the stillness to make, because I lived this life of just like busy was the badge of honor. Like, I'm so busy, I can't even think, And it was like when COVID hit, and I writing this in my book, actually, I started to take nightly baths at night, which was like, I was always a shower person, like just quick, like let's go. I'm always on the go. And I started to take these baths, and I found that I would just start sobbing in the bath. And it was one of the most healing. It was like my nervous system, it happened for like months actually during COVID. And it was like my nervous system was like shut, like closing down in like a good way, though. It needed to, because it was on high alert for so long. And I feel like women, so many women do that. Like, they don't want to disappoint others. And so they're constantly disappointing themselves. And it just creates like a feeling of like frustration, but also just you feel lost, because it's like, who am I doing this for? Like,
Yeah.
I needed to reconnect with what is my purpose? Like, what am I here to do? And now I feel
Mhm.
very much in alignment. I mean, it's like 6 years later, and I'm running my own business, and things feel very like, I feel like the candle, like I'm glowing in my stillness, And so you said so many good things, and I think it's such a powerful message. I'm just looking at the chat. Anita's on. Oh yeah, power in the pause. Yeah. And we come from a culture, again, I'm going to speak for the US, where it was like hustle culture, like the busier you are, the more successful you are. I don't agree with that anymore at all. Like, I was in my masculine energy too. Like, for a long time,
Mhm.
I didn't wear a tie. but,
It was a
but
thing in the 80s,
no,
girl.
I know. And I envisioned like the shoulder pads in the 80s, like music videos.
Precious.
Yeah.
Precious. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah. I
precious.
swear. And you were like
Ah.
super fashionable for sure. But yeah, I think there, like, I've gotten away from that now, and I practice a lot of like yin yoga, and I've gotten
Mhm.
more into my feminine, because I find that like that's where my true power is, of like where I could hear what my purpose actually is, and then the next right action is more clear, as opposed to me just running amok, like you were saying, and overcommitting. And I'm just looking at the chat to see if there are any other questions. Yeah, Anita's Anita's on fire. She's like, yeah, grind and hustle culture. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think we've shared this comparison before, but I'll share it here. Very much that, are you surviving, or are you
Yeah.
striving, or are you thriving? And I was raised that hard work pays off.
Yeah.
And the harder you work, the more you'll be recognized. And good girls hustle and be, set the pace. And that's striving. That's the fingernails in the side of the rock, climbing up and going, okay, everybody, you can do it. That's a lot of work. And I don't regret that.
Yeah.
But the moment I went, wait a minute, what about thriving? What does that feel like? And
Yeah.
thriving feels like the warm bath where if I cry, but it's that sensory experience. That's the four pillars of my framework are: rise, remember I'm strong enough. Got to start somewhere. I'm starting right here. Spark, And that has to do with remembering that light and feeding that little,
Mm,
it's a little light, but uncovering it and feeding that light. And then savor. And savor is all those senses,
mm.
the touch, the smell, the sound, the taste, the feeling of a warm bath and a cozy towel, all of that.
Yeah.
And then shine. And shine may not last for 30 days. It may only last for a day. But gosh, what a great place because now you remember how to get back there. You
Yeah.
ride, yeah, spark, you savor, you shine. And my thing is savor this journey
Hmm.
because at 63 years old, almost, my mother's 89. Thank God. I've got still got my mom.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think either one of us would tell anybody younger that we regret being successful in business at all, but there were things we missed out on. There are
Mm,
things she missed out on with me. There
mm,
are things that I missed out on with my son.
mm.
And savor it because we don't know when our life, I'm what way past what is called midlife, um, according to the expert. So
Yeah,
that's
midlife
great.
is such a weird, like,
What
who knows
what
what
is that
midlife is?
word? I think my AirPods
I don't
died,
know
so I
who
hope you can hear
created
me.
it.
Um,
Right.
but midlife is just one of those made up
Right.
words, and enjoy the day that you have because we don't know. None of us knows. And
Right.
so take this day and run with it, but get still first and run towards something you love rather than from
Fear.
whatever else it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that so much. And one of my favorite quotes, I think it's Robin Sharma said it, but like it's each day is like a little life. And so if you just live the day as best as you can, it's like it's a collection of little lives. And then like you have this whole strand of a beautiful life. This has been so amazing. And I could talk to you for hours, but this is a short segment. So I want to wrap with my last question, which is always this. So what is your adversity university? Meaning, what is the hardest thing, something that was really hard in your life? It could be recent or it could be in your childhood that taught you one of the most profound lessons that you can share here today.
I will make this quick. Life is a series of adversities, but my breaking point where I say I broke open and not apart was when my son and I, who are very close, he was in a very rough young time of his life, and he cut me off and said, "You're
Mm.
dead to me, and I'm dead to you, and we are no longer mother and son." And I, in that moment, I believed him. Thank God the story is not a tragedy, but the tragedy would have been if I didn't do anything with that. And that's where this work came from. Thank God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing how something so, I know that's usually how it happens. It's like our deepest heartache. Then if we can
Oh,
just channel it into something creative and productive, becomes this beautiful lesson, helpful tool. That's so beautiful. I didn't know that about you. So
yeah.
thank you for sharing that. And so what is the ending of that story with your son? You
Well,
want to
he
share?
continues to pace me. I mean, he's the one who walked in here a couple of months ago and goes, he's 24 now. Mom, dreams have an expiration date. What? He's very direct.
Oh,
Professional
wow. Oh,
professional
look at
poker
that.
player. Mom, dreams have an expiration date. He's living his dream because I wanted him to. Dreams have an expiration date. You've got to make this happen. You got this stuff on the someday shelf, and
Oh
someday is
my
now.
goodness.
Don't wait for dad. Don't wait for me. Don't wait for Mimi. Do this.
Wow.
That's the story. Oh, and he gets 10% of my book.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a
Uh, and
businessman.
he wrote it on a piece of paper somewhere. It's somewhere here floating around. He reminds me of it. But yeah, it's great. It's better than it ever was because I put the oxygen mask on me
Hmm.
and living my life. And he gets to
Chill.
live his.
Yes. You took care of you instead of going in and trying to fix it by fixing him,
Mhm.
right? That's powerful. Thank you for sharing that. That's so beautiful. I hope that helps somebody today. And so where can they find you, connect with you? I'm sure they're going to want to go deeper with you and all of that. I'm going to link up everything so they don't have to write it down, but just share
It's
it.
Melinda, my name, Melinda
Yeah.
McCarty, McCarty, and there's always a little X at the end because there's another Melinda McCarty in the world. So it's like a
Okay.
little kiss to me, from me to you. And that's it, Melinda McCarty and Vital Stillness or Sovereign Season. You can find me.
Amazing. Amazing. I'm so grateful to know you. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. And this will be the full episode will be on YouTube. So look for that within the next week. And any last piece of wisdom you want to share?
Just go shine your light. Rise and shine, beautiful. Today's the day.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you, Lydia. Bye, everybody.
Bye.